Drake has been at the center of hip-hop drama, and his recent actions have only fueled the fire. Despite facing backlash from the hip-hop community and tensions with Kendrick Lamar, Drake has found an ally in 50 Cent. The two recently met in Toronto, sparking controversy and raising eyebrows, especially among Kendrick's fans. 50 Cent, though not a West Coast native, has strong ties to the region, and his recent interactions with Drake have led to accusations of trolling and cultural betrayal. Except fans were quick to notice that during his meeting with Drake, 50 Cent wore an LA hat instead of his usual NYC cap. This choice of attire has led to speculation about the message he was trying to send, with some suggesting that 50 is being his characteristically petty self, while others think Drake might be trolling Rick Ross, unrelated to Kendrick or the West Coast. Kendrick Lamar likely isn't losing sleep over 50 Cent's actions, but the move has certainly stirred up conversation. The controversy surrounding Drake's perceived disrespect towards the West Coast and Tupac adds another layer to the situation. On the same day he met with 50, Drake posted a photo of a new car, which bore a striking resemblance to the vehicle Tupac was fatally shot in. The next day, Drake shared a selfie wearing a Tupac shirt, leaving fans questioning his motives and loyalty to the West Coast. While the collaboration between 50 Cent and Drake might be purely business, it's raising questions about 50's intentions. Is he merely making strategic moves and trolling Rick Ross? Or is he aligning with Drake and endorsing his controversial stance towards the West Coast? Let's dissect this situation. Most of the rap community seems to side with Kendrick Lamar in his conflict with Drake, yet 50 Cent isn't letting this rivalry interfere with his business dealings with Drizzy. On July 21st, he posted a photo on Instagram of himself with Drake from their recent hangout, sparking widespread speculation and discussion online. 50 Cent captioned the photo with Drake, saying, "Brainstorming last night. Me and Champagne Papi are about to get the camera rolling. This will be the biggest thing on your CV." Additionally, a video has been circulating online showing 50 and Drake laughing together over drinks, indicating a friendly rapport. It appears that 50 Cent is looking to expand his power universe, and this project with Drake could involve Drake's background as an actor and producer, or even a Top Boy crossover. There's also speculation that 50 Cent's involvement in the Drake-Kendrick feud is about taking a jab at his old rival, Rick Ross. Just last month, 50 mocked Ross after he was attacked in Vancouver for playing Not Like Us. Even if 50 Cent is partnering with Drake to troll Rick Ross, Kendrick's fans are not impressed. They accuse 50 of disrespecting Kendrick and the entire West Coast, suggesting he's intentionally causing trouble. The Drake-Kendrick feud goes beyond just a rivalry over who's the better rapper. For years, Drake has been accused of being a culture vulture, and he recently fueled these accusations by blatantly disrespecting West Coast legends like Tupac. With allegations swirling around Drake's OVO crew, some fans speculate he might as well team up with Diddy next. Many fans also accuse 50 of being a sellout, arguing there's a fine line between being a savvy businessman and having no principles about what you'll do for money. Additionally, people are questioning how 50 Cent, discovered by Dr. Dre, can feel comfortable associating with someone who has consistently disrespected the West Coast. This feud clearly runs deeper than just Drake versus Kendrick. It reflects the hip-hop community's frustration with what they see as Drake's culture vulture behavior. These sentiments have reached a boiling point as Drake continues to disrespect West Coast legends. Drake initially boasted in Push-Ups that he was more beloved in LA than Kendrick. Then, in tailor-made freestyle, he escalated the tension by using AI-generated voices of Tupac and Snoop Dogg to reference Andre. Drake had already caused a stir by buying Tupac's iconic ring, so the West Coast was not about to overlook this. Tupac's family made their disapproval clear, condemning Drake for disrespecting Tupac's legacy with the AI voice. Consequently, Drake was forced to remove tailor-made freestyle from his social media. Howard E. King, the attorney for the Tupac Shakur estate, stated that Drake's unauthorized use of Tupac's voice was a blatant violation of both Tupac's publicity rights and the estate's legal rights. King emphasized that the estate would never have approved this usage. The insult was intensified by the fact that Kendrick Lamar, a close friend to the estate, has consistently shown respect for Tupac's legacy both publicly and privately. However, Drake seemed unfazed. He continued to provoke the West Coast with his Kendrick diss track, Family Matters, where he raps, "You know who really buying asset manager swag?" This line infuriated many on the West Coast, particularly since YG, who is from Compton and associated with Kendrick's crew, had already warned Drake to keep his name out of any beef. On his track, YG rapped, "When there's smoke, don't ever mention my name." YG had demonstrated his loyalty by supporting Kendrick during his show in Inglewood in June. Not only did YG perform during DJ Mustard's set, but he was also seen dancing while Kendrick performed Not Like Us. Despite the backlash, Drake continued to double down in family matters, accusing Kendrick of not giving back to his community, saying, "Don't even go back to your hood and plant no money trees." However, this accusation is factually incorrect, as Kendrick has repeatedly given back to Compton, often without seeking attention. For example, he quietly donated money to his high school alma mater, demonstrating his commitment to his community without making a spectacle of it. Kendrick's quiet generosity was only uncovered when Noisy brought it up in an interview, much to Kendrick's surprise that anyone even knew. Kendrick emphasized that his efforts went beyond just superficial gestures. He genuinely aims to promote positivity in his community. He explained, "It's deeper than just losing people out here. It's about supporting the idea of positivity in the community. Let me tell my story and other stories from here. This place makes you adapt, and it invites others to see a new perspective, bringing a different side of the world to Compton, right here in this backyard." But here's the twist. Drake isn't backing down. While hanging out with 50 Cent in Toronto, Drake shared a series of photos on his Instagram story, including one posing in front of a black BMW. Fans quickly noticed that the car resembled the one Tupac was tragically taken down in back in 1996. To clear up any confusion, Drake hasn't purchased the actual car Tupac was in. That car is still up for auction at Celebrity Cars Las Vegas. Nevertheless, fans believe Drake's choice of car was a subtle way of showing he isn't intimidated by Kendrick's warnings about disrespecting Tupac and the West Coast. While it might seem like a stretch, those who follow Drake know this is typical of his style. He loves to drop sly, subliminal messages on Instagram. For instance, just one day after hanging out with 50 Cent, Drake posted a new mirror selfie wearing a green airbrushed Tupac "Only God Can Judge Me" t-shirt paired with sparkling, emerald-colored Timberland boots. The fact that Drake continues to use Tupac's image to taunt Kendrick and the West Coast, despite Tupac's family and estate clearly expressing their disapproval, is perplexing. Moreover, Dr. Dre's protege, 50 Cent, was right there with Drake in Toronto as he stirred the pot again, taunting the West Coast about Tupac. Although 50 Cent isn't a West Coast native, he has deep ties there thanks to Dr. Dre. Remember, it was Eminem and Dr. Dre who gave 50 Cent his big break when the entire industry had overlooked him. 50 Cent has remained fiercely loyal to those who gave him his start. Dr. Dre, who publicly supported Kendrick during his feud with Drake, even joined him on stage at the pop-out show in Inglewood. They performed California Love and introduced Kendrick's first live performance of Not Like Us. With Dre backing Kendrick and 50 Cent aligning with Drake, who is openly shading the West Coast, everyone is curious about Dre's thoughts on this new alliance. How does Dre feel about 50 Cent working with someone who's been so disrespectful to the West Coast? Some fans argue it's not a big deal and believe 50 Cent has always been about business. One person commented, "I'm so tired of people acting like everyone has to pick sides. Leave that street nonsense out of their lives. Drake and 50 make millions. They're not thinking about petty beefs." However, many others find 50's timing strange and are even calling him a sellout. A fan remarked, "50 Cent is a snitch and a sellout. He's the same guy who celebrated Rick Ross getting jumped by Hell's Angels." Another added, "Let's make 50 Cent the next example. I'm done watching any of his shows. Nobody is above the culture." So, what do you think about 50 Cent teaming up with Drake? Are fans overreacting, or is 50 really selling out? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for the next video.